You work hard, really hard, another month, another paycheck, but somehow that feeling of making it never quite arrives. Do you ever wonder, where does my money actually go? Year after year, the numbers in your bank account might barely budge, and it feels like you have no real assets to show for all that effort, especially when, like many of us, you're relying mostly on cash savings and not sure where to start with investments. It's more than just living paycheck to paycheck. It's that frustrating plateau, watching others seem to effortlessly build wealth, travel the world, or buy their dream homes right here in Singapore, while you're left wondering, how do they do it? And why am I still stuck here? Not knowing how to grow my money, not sure how to even start investing. We've all seen those sneaky money traps that eat away at our cash, the impulse buys, the hidden fees, the runaway debt. Perhaps you've even started plugging some of these individual leaks, like those we explore in our Money Traps shorts. But now, it's about breaking free from that feeling of being stuck and seeing the bigger picture. This isn't about becoming a millionaire overnight. It's about reclaiming your power, finding clarity, and building a more secure and thriving financial future for you in Singapore. It's time to stop the cycle of financial uncertainty. In this video, we'll uncover Singapore's financial literacy divide, how it impacts our challenges at every age, and then map out the bite-sized steps you can take starting today to bridge that gap and build the life you truly want. Hey fam, I'm your friendly neighbor, and honestly, I'm on this financial journey right alongside you. My goal is to share the simple, actionable steps that we as Singaporeans can take to make sense of our money. When it comes to financial literacy in Singapore, the truth is, a recent survey by smartwealth.sg found over half of us, 55.2% to be precise, self-report as financially illiterate. This isn't just about knowing financial jargon. It's about confidence in understanding and applying money concepts in daily life. In fact, the survey shows only 35.2% of those aged 18 to 24 feel financially literate, the lowest percentage among all age groups. Most of us were never taught this stuff comprehensively, or if we were, it didn't stick. Now, it's not that financial education isn't happening here. While Singapore is a leading global financial hub, and our MOE actively implements financial education, from infusing basic concepts of savings in primary schools to simple financial planning in secondary schools, and even mandatory financial education modules in ITE and polytechnics, there's still a noticeable gap in translating that knowledge into confident, real-world application for many. A look at how other developed nations are tackling this reveals some interesting approaches. For instance, countries like Australia and Canada have integrated financial education into schools from as early as age 6, often with a more systematic and practical focus from the get-go, explicitly teaching real-world financial skills like budgeting, debt management, and understanding financial products. This highlights why we see stats showing that only 20% of Singaporeans feel knowledgeable about investing, and a striking half of working adults aged 17 to 29 admit they feel it's still too early to start planning for their future. This procrastination and lack of confidence in investing are major hurdles. In fact, another study highlights how this gap can lead to risky decisions. Almost a quarter of Singaporeans, with even higher figures for Gen Z and millennials, thought taking a 10% interest loan for a stock account was feasible. And for older Singaporeans, this financial gap casts a long shadow over their future. Various recent surveys and studies highlight that 46% anticipate struggling financially in retirement, and 43% feel unprepared. Beyond this, the latest 2025 survey reports the cost of living remains a top concern for 83% of Singaporeans, with 46% reporting a decrease in disposable income. And with job security also elevating as a primary financial concern, the need for financial preparedness is more urgent than ever. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Budgeting? Sounds complicated, sounds restrictive. Many of us feel that way, myself included when I first started. But the very first step to finally feeling in control, it's surprisingly simple. Unmasking where your money actually goes. Many of us are like me. We just swipe and tap, and then wonder where it all went at the end of the month. That's a classic money trap right there. The blind spending trap. It's the one that leaves us wondering where all our hard-earned money disappeared, with nothing significant to show for it. Action 1. Gather your statements. This is easier than you think. Just pull up your credit card statements and bank statements for the previous full month. Most banks allow you to download them easily. Don't stress about tracking every single copy for 30 days. Let's use the data you already have. Action 2. Classify your spending. Now, for the illuminating part, go through each transaction and put it into a category. You can use a spreadsheet, a simple notebook, or even just highlight and write on a printed statement. Don't overthink it. Here are some basic ideas. Needs are mortgage, rent, utilities, groceries, transport, insurance, and wants include expenses, dining out, entertainment, shopping, hobbies, travel, while savings, debt refers to emergency fund, investments, and loan repayments. You'll be surprised what patterns emerge. Once you have this overview, you can create your flexible budget. A helpful guide is the 50-30-20 rule, aiming for 50% of your income for needs, 30% for wants, and 20% for savings and debt repayment. This isn't a strict rule, just a starting point that we can adapt to our Singaporean lives. The goal is to be intentional with your money, rather than wondering where it vanishes. As Robert Kiyosaki wisely put it, it's not how much money you make, but how much money you keep, how hard it works for you, and how many generations you keep it for. This quote perfectly captures the essence of truly taking control and breaking cycles, allowing your money to actually work for you, not against you. With our money unmasked, it's time to build our financial shield. This is super important here in Singapore, where unexpected costs are a major stressor for all of us. Without this, one surprise expense can send us spiraling back into that feeling of being stuck. Action 3. Build our emergency fund. This is our non-negotiable safety net, aiming for 3 to 6 months worth of our living expenses kept in an easily accessible spot. Think of it as our personal financial airbag for those sudden bumps in the road. Without this, one car repair or medical emergency can easily push us into high-interest debt, another classic money trap that keeps us from moving forward. In fact, the Moneyinsg National Financial Capability Survey 2023 found that 7 in 10 Singaporeans had 3 to 6 months or more of expenses in emergency savings. Do you have it? If not, you're not too late to start now. While we Singaporeans are generally good at saving, with the personal saving rate at 36.1% in Q1 2024, where we park that cash makes a huge difference. Leaving it in a low-interest savings account could be a hidden money trap. But now, we can look for high-yield savings accounts from local banks that actually reward us with better interest rates for holding our cash securely, making our shield stronger over time. Action 4. Automate our savings. Let's make this effortless. Set up an automatic transfer from your salary account to your dedicated emergency fund account, which ideally is a high-yield savings account, or even directly into your investment account the moment you get paid. This pay ourselves first strategy removes the decision-making and makes consistent progress inevitable. It's how those who seem wealthy often build their foundations quietly, consistently. It also protects you from yourself when you're tempted by impulse buys, a common trap we've all fallen into. And once that shield is strong, we can start thinking about growth. Many of us still rely heavily on just cash savings. But in Singapore, with its amazing financial ecosystem, our money can actually work for us. This is where our assets start to grow, actively pulling us out of that plateau and towards the financial life we aspire to. Finally, for many of us, The path to control means conquering debt. If high-interest debt, like a runaway credit card balance or a personal loan, has felt like a heavy anchor, dragging us down and keeping us stuck, it's time to cut that chain for good. Action 5. Strategize our debt repayment. If you have high-interest debt, let's make it a priority together. Consider two powerful methods. The debt snowball. Pay off the smallest debt first to build momentum and psychological wins. The debt avalanche. Focus on the highest interest rate debt first to save the most money over time. Choose the one that motivates you most. The goal is to eliminate that drain on our growth and get us moving forward. And here's a crucial advantage for us in Singapore. We have incredible, often underutilized resources to help us on this journey. Resources that might seem a bit dry or confusing at first glance, but are actually powerful tools we can learn to leverage together. First, Moneyinsg. Their website is absolutely packed with free, clear guides on everything from basic budgeting to getting started with investing. It's a fantastic place to start learning more about building those assets. Think of it as our free go-to library for financial wisdom. And don't worry, here on Moneyinsg, we'll often dive into specific Moneyinsg guides and break them down even further. And of course, our CPF board. Understanding and optimizing our CPF is so important. It's a cornerstone of financial planning in Singapore, not just for housing, but for retirement and healthcare too. Are you maximizing its potential as part of your overall financial strategy? There are many helpful resources on the CPF website too, explaining different schemes and how to best use your accounts. It might seem complex, but understanding CPF is vital, and we'll have dedicated videos explaining how to truly make it work for you. These aren't just government bodies. They are powerful tools put there to help us. Let's use them to accelerate our progress and leave that plateau behind. And remember, Moneyinsg is here to simplify them for you. With debt under control and these resources in our toolkit, we're truly building momentum towards financial freedom. So remember, taking control of our finances in Singapore boils down to three powerful pillars: unmasking our money, building our financial shield, and conquering debt while strategically leveraging Singapore's strengths. This isn't about becoming a financial guru overnight. It's about liberating ourselves from financial stress, breaking free from that frustrating plateau, and learning together to open doors to new opportunities, and finally building the future we envision. A future where we are in control and we are thriving. Don't let those money traps or the feeling of being left behind define your journey. Our financial liberation starts now. Which of these actionable steps will you take first? Start small, but start today. The only person stopping us is us. If this video resonated with you, hit that like button and share it with someone else in Singapore who feels stuck and needs this message of empowerment. And for more actionable insights, real-world strategies, and to join our growing community dedicated to mastering money in Singapore, make sure you subscribe to us and ring that notification bell so you never miss a step on your financial journey. What's your biggest financial challenge right now? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single one.